Hi there. Good morning. It's afternoon. Good afternoon. It's Lori from Lollipop Paper and Ink. Thanks for joining us today for our Tuesday at 2 Facebook Live. Today is our second in a series of 6 birthday classes. And so we're going to get busy with that in just a minute. I'm using Sale-A-Bration products for all 4 of these cards today. So let me check and see if I can share us over to the to my Lollipop Papers group. And we'll just give a second to see if some of our friends will be able to join us. We're at a new time, well, since the beginning of January. And I want to be able to share it already. I don't see how I can do that here. All right, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, I see we have one person on, so that's good. Let's just wait one more minute to see if we can get anybody else to join us. And it's no big deal if you can. If this is not a good time for you, you can just watch the replay later on. It'll be right here on Facebook. It just automatically loads up. And then I will be able to, later this afternoon or this evening, I'm going to upload it to YouTube, to my YouTube channel. So if you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, go ahead and do that now so that you're notified of every one of my videos. And if you hit that little notification button, you'll get a notification when I'm going live. So that's all good. All right, we have a few people on. Good afternoon. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you're excited to see what I have today because I'm in love with these cards. They were honestly the easiest to put together and the most fun. I'm using 2. Let me show you the cards that we're doing today. It's let's see if you can see that here. They're so cute. And the reason they're so cute is because I'm using the Awesome Otter stamp set, and both are Sale-A-Bration items with Sale-A-Bration DSP, which I'll show you that as we get into it. And then also the Friendly Hello bundle, which is the stamp set and the DSP, 12 by 12 DSP. So let's see, we have a few of you on. Hi Nancy, hi Patty Jo, glad you could join us today. Let me see if there's any other comments there that I can see. All right, I'm going to switch the camera down. I showed you the cards, and let me just give you a little bit of background as far as how we work these birthday classes. I'm here every Tuesday afternoon, and we do a project, and we share, and we have fun with that. From now until the end of March, so for 3 months, every other Facebook Live that I'm doing on Tuesday at 2 will be part of our birthday card series, because I want you to be able to stock up on all your birthday cards that you're going to need. You could do it for the 6 months, 8 months, whatever. But we're doing 4 cards in each one of our series. And let's see. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that you're here today, Patty Jo. So anyway, so it's 4 cards every other week, and there's six in the series. So you'll have plenty of cards, and you can make multiples. But the reason it's a class is that I will give, you can watch me, anybody can watch me do it and, review the video on the replay, no problem. If you place a $35 order between now and Sunday evening using the host code that I have up here, let me put that up there for you. So that's the host code for this specific birthday class. And that's how I know it's different from my monthly host code, because if you don't use that, I don't know that you've seen the birthday class live and that you do want those kits. So a $35 order between now and Sunday gets you the kits for free. Everything that I'm showing you today will be included in the kits that I send you. It comes in a little, I already have 1 pack because I know already one person has already ordered on it, and everything, all the DSP, all the die cutting, all the embellishments, everything that I use, you will get. except stamped images. I can't send a stamped image in the mail, so I would just send you a piece of scrap paper, and you'll see how we do it here. You also get the PDF tutorials with step-by-step instructions and photos, in addition to always having the live here too. And also, so that's $35 for a $50 order. I will send you a pack, as a thank you from me, a pack of the new classic matte dots. And these are cool. They're white, very vanilla, gray, and black. So I have already have gotten so much use out of that. So that's how it comes. It comes all together like that with a little thank you tag, and I should have them out in the mail by Wednesday. That's why I need the orders in by Sunday night. Monday, I close up the host code and start packing and start cutting, and so I can get them all out to you by Wednesday. So that's how our classes work. So now let me put you down to the to my work surface here, and I can get rid of that host code. Okay, so these are the two stamp sets that we're using. It's the Friendly Hello. This is in the hi ladies, thank you so much for sharing. This is a 100. It's a considered a level 2, which means it's a $100 earning plateau that you would have to have your order purchased. You would have to purchase $100, and then you would get this bundle. Now they're considering this bundle the stamp set and the DSP, and I'll show you. The DSP is beautiful. I just have I have a lot of scraps left, but I have plenty. I'm actually considering doing my online class for February using this, and also including the stamp set and the DSP in the pack. So you can see how beautiful these are. So, okay, so we're going to use that. We're also going to use the Awesome Otters stamp set, and this guy is just so cute too. And I paired him up with this DSP, which is called simply Marbelous, play on words there. And this has really pretty background paper. This is a 6x6, and this is a level 1. So that would you could get that with a $50 order. And then another one that we're using on another project with the Awesome Otters is the Sunshine and Rainbow, I think it's called, or Rainbow and Sunshine. Probably Sunshine and Rainbow. Let's see, where are we here? These are all of the ones. Here it is, Sunshine and Rainbow's DSP. And you can see here, this is happy paper that can be used all year long. Rainbows, pastel colors, sunshine. So, all right, so that's what we're doing. That is where we're going to go with this. So let's start. This is our first one that we're going to be creating, and this is with the Friendly Hello. Let me grab that back because I'm going to need the stamps for that. And I do have, like always, most of the things cut up for you so that we don't have to take too much time with each one. Okay, let's see. So first thing I'm going to do, and I'm not going to give the measurements here. I just want to kind of like, run right through these. But with the purchase of the class, you would get the measurements and the supply list for everything that I'm using here. And excuse my sniffles. I think I'm coming down with something. I don't know what it is, but just not right today. So, okay, this is, you know me, I'm just all about the layers. So let me just start layering this up, and we will, where's my seal? Okay, let's take some seal, and this is just gonna go right onto here. So let's get a little bit of seal on. Oops. And I've learned that with the seal and the Seal Plus, easy is the way to go. I think I was just pressing too hard on it, and that was my struggle with it. So here I took a piece of just basic white, and I ran it through a new embossing folder that comes in a set. It's it's perfect for the little mini, and this one is called Stripes. Well, it's Stripes and Splatters. You get 2 of these embossing folders, and I used the stripes for this project. I used the stripes. For another one later with that awesome otter, we're going to use the splatter one. But they are really fun and really nice embossing folders to use. So here I just took a little piece of it, of the basic white, ran it through. I trimmed it up first, and then I ran it through. And then we're not having any ribbon on this, so I can go ahead and put this on right here. Okay, nice and easy. Okay. Yeah, it's cloudy in Florida, huh, Kathy? It's cloudy and cold here today. I don't know. They say that a storm is coming, so we'll see. I don't know about tomorrow, but maybe soon. Okay, so I have my base layers on. That's fine. Now I'm just going to put on, I have 2 pieces of the DSP, the Hello Friendly DSP, that is part of that level 2 reward from Sale-A-Bration. And I'm just going to just flag it a little. You don't have to. You could just run it. You could just put it right through there like that. But I'm just going to flag it. And and it is a little too wide to be using one of our pick-a-punches. So I'm just going to eyeball it and put a slice right there in the center. And then come to the corner and try to meet it right there. Come to this corner. And I have my first banner or flag. This one is going to go on top of it, so I want it to be shorter. And so let's see if we can, and I want this little piece to show. So let me just see how this looks if I put that in there like that. I want some of the black print to show up so you can see the contrast between the two pieces. Okay, I like that. And then the other piece is going to go right over it. So let's get some on here. Thanks, Kathy. Oh, you had it. Oh, I'm dreading it. I don't know. I'm hoping it's just a cold. I was with my little Philly chicks yesterday, and I have to go back again tomorrow because they are home from school because of COVID, and although they don't have it, and I have to help my daughter out because she's trying to work full-time job, and it's really hard on them. Okay, so I'm gonna just put this anywhere. I like it just a little bit below center, and then I can bring this guy up here. And with your class, you know, all of these pieces are included. I'll do all the trimming, I'll do all the embossing, and you'll be good to go. Okay, so that's on there. Now I went ahead and because this had to be fussy cut, and I didn't want you to have to watch me do that. So I went ahead and stamped this. For the class, you will just get a piece of scrap so that you can stamp it. And you can add, if you don't have this set, you would just add your own, which is fine. So, but before I do that, I'm just going to give it a little, let's see, where am I? This is dark petal pink and light. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of blending here. Not a big deal. And yes, this is petal pink. Yeah. All right. And now let's go back and just do a little bit of highlighting with the darker part. And then I'm just going to pull, and you could do obviously better, more blending, whatever you like. And then I just go back quickly and pull the dark from the light. So we can just, so it just helps with the shadows and it helps with the blending, I think. So that's it. I don't want full coverage. I just wanted that to pop up. And we're going to put that right there. Let me get some dimensionals. And one here, and this should be good to go. Okay. This is really the highlight of this. I mean, I like this one too. I'd use that on something else recent. Oh, on another one of our projects for here. But this, that double flower is just gorgeous. Okay, and we're just gonna pop that up there. Let's give it a quick sentiment from the set. And let's say, we're making it a birthday card, so let's make it a birthday card. All right, let me put this here, see if I can get it on straight. Okay, and we'll do our best. Oh, that's a little dirty. I don't want that side. Okay, I like that nice bold sentiment also on there. All right, so let's pop this up here with a few more dimensionals, and we'll be good to go. See how quickly this came together. I mean, you have the DSP is just gorgeous in this set, and I like anything that has a nice happy birthday sentiment on there. All right, now I just want to put a little bit of a little embellishment on here. So let's use the classic matte dots. Whoops, that one flew all over. And we're just going to put a few up in the corner here. 3. All right, just to accent it, that's a little, so that your eyes can take in the whole design. It's not just focusing right there on the back. So there we go. Number 1 card done, and you're ready for number 2. Let's do this one here. So this is the other one from this set, and I did I have the bird. That's what I'm going to use, the bird stamp for that one. And let's just get these layers up and running. Same thing, everything is already trimmed and ready to go. And let me just make sure that has a nice crisp fold. All right, let's do just, again, a little bit of layering here. Pool party. And the reason I picked this is, well, obviously, I always look at the DSP before I decide what colors I want to pull out of it. And once I saw this print here, I fell in love with it, and I knew that I had to use the Pool Party ink, a little bit of Pool Party blends, and just to highlight it a little bit. And this one is going to go on here too. Not right yet, but I'm going to get that all ready to go. Okay. Hi, Sue. Hi, Mary. Thanks for sharing. Alrighty, let's see. Let's get this guy on here. And obviously, it's going to depend on the cut. This is a tight border of where you see the bird. Like in this one here, I was lucky the bird was popping right out. So let's put it. Let's see. We'll see what happens when I layer that on. First, let's do our stamped image here. So I'm going to take out this bird image and let's pop him up with this. I'm going to use the Memento ink because I want to use just a tiny bit of blends on him. And I better get my pad for him. Because it's photopolymer, we don't want to take a chance of not having a good finished. What's happening here? Oh, my oh, maybe my hand is dirty. Yep, that's the problem. All right, so I'm going to put him up, and I'm going to put him up a little bit high on the circle. And I just cropped this out with one of the larger layering circle dies. Okay, so we have him there. Let's do the sentiment while we are here. This is the same sentiment that we used before, the birthday one. Hope you have the best birthday. And this is a little bit smaller of a tag, but let's see if I can get it in there. And see if it's straight. Okay, pretty good. All right, now let's get rid of this. And this can wait. I'm just gonna I'm gonna put this behind, I cropped out two. One was just the regular circle, and the other one was the scallop circle. And I do believe these were the largest in the set. Or the second largest, but it's pretty big. Because I wanted to be able to get the ribbon and everything behind it. So I'm just gonna grab a pool party lens, and I'm trying to mimic these the birds, and they just have like a little strip of the pool party just under them, just a little bit of an outline. So that's all I'm gonna do, and just spread that out. And the same thing with the flowers here. The flowers aren't colored in except for just on the edges. So that's what I'm doing. Taking my cue from the DSP. Okay, and I think that's fine. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I don't even need the combo color. All right, so this is gonna go on here. Now we wanna put the ribbon, this my favorite ribbon, this black and white gingham ribbon. And I do wanna put that around these two layers, but I do, before I put it on the base. But I wanna make sure it's just a little bit askew, just to make it a little fun. And as long as my edges, I know if I take my base, as long as I'm not going over my base, I'm good. So that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm just gonna put this on. Okay. And I think I'm gonna be, I'm gonna do it this way because we won't really see that guy so much, but I want the little one, I want something to show up. And I'm just gonna go, usually I just make sure my points are, my corner points are not off the base. That's all I have to worry about. All right, and now let's take some twine, not twine, my gingham black and white ribbon, make a little bow. Or you could, if you wanted to, just put this, attach it to the back, adhere it to the back, and then just loop something through. So here, I want to make sure that I'm sort of a little bit centered. So, because I want my little guy to show up here, and I want the ribbon to go right through it like that. So I'm going to put this on, so it gives me a better idea where I'm going to be tying my ribbon, because I do want that to go straight across the bottom. Okay, now I can do this, and let's see if this will work without my tweezers today. Okay, pretty good. It's a little long, so let's just get rid of that. And that. Now let's put him on the base. You can make this smaller if you want. Maybe I do want it to be a little smaller. Okay. Now let's get this guy on. I know, this DSP is just gorgeous. Every one of them. It's not like, some packs, it's like, oh, that one's nice, but the others, you're kind of looking at the back to see, what you can actually do with it. But this one, every single piece is just beautiful. All right, so we are almost done with this. I'm just going to pop this one up with some dimensionals Did I do with those? I think 2 will do it. And get that right here. And there you go. Number 2, done. Isn't that so pretty? Oh, even the bird. Not really a fan of bird images, but I have to say this one really might change my mind. Okay, so this one, we're going to switch over to the awesome Otters now. And this guy is so cute. This is what I did here. This paper is so cool. It's the something Marbelous. Sweet Marbelous or Simply Marbelous. I should have known that. Simply Marbelous paper. So I picked out the colors of this. That's how I roll with what I like to, you know, how I want everything to coordinate. And I could see Pool Party, and I could see, I mean, not Pool Party, Balmy Blue and Misty Moonlight. So what I did here was I put this little guy, where is he? Over here. And I wanted him like in the little bit of the waves there. So we're just gonna, well, I'll show you how I stamped him, and then we're just gonna use a little bit of the Misty Moonlight to try to get him to pop out. But the whole idea is with this little bit of a fancy fold is that you don't see him until you open it up. And here is where I used the, what's that called? The splatters embossing folder. Stripes and splatters. Okay, so what I did here was I just, I'll put that over there, let's get it out of the way. This one is just cut a little differently. It's still an 11 by 8, excuse me, 11 by 4 1/4 and scored at 5 1/2. And then I went ahead and trimmed off 2 1/4. So that's what I was dealing with. Then I took that piece that I trimmed off, and that is going to be part of our front layer here. So we can just layer this up, and I have Balmy Blue and the DSP on there, and that will be our sentiment layer. So this is going to go on the basic weight. And this is a little piece of the Balmy Blue, of the Marbelous paper. And that's just going to go right centered in there. Okay, let's just put that aside. We have our card base here. I'm going to put in a full layer of the DSP in here. And I do put, it would be too hard to write on there, your sentiments, so I definitely am going to put a little piece of basic white, just a little square. You could use a die cut, but I just used a square. And let's get you in the middle here. Okay. All right, so then this is where I take the splatter part of the embossed cardstock, and I'm just going to lay that right on top there. And you could use either side here. Both are very cool. I think I'll use the standard side, but it's good to know that you could use this for something else. All right, this is just going to go right there onto the center. Alrighty. Now I'm going to take some of my, hopefully, yes, the Crinkle Ribbon. This is still called Whisper White Crinkle Ribbon, believe it or not. It's been around, but it is so beautiful and so easy to work with. And I could have taken my blends and actually colored this ribbon. I've done that a lot. And it comes out perfect every time. You color it with your blends, your Stampin' blends. Okay, so this is just going to be right here to the side. We want it to be over a little bit. Okay. This guy is so thin I might have to bring out those tweezers, but let's take one shot at it and see. It's so thin and it's like staticky, if that's a word. and it just wants to lay down. Come on, let's see. Okay, not bad. Wait, I want to make him smaller. Okay. Again, I wasted too much ribbon, but I will save it for something else. It's so fly away. Okay, so now I'm going to take some Misty Moonlight, and that's where we're going to do our both the sentiment and the that little guy, that little otter guy. Let's see, what did I do with it? I guess I didn't take it out yet. All right, here is this birthday one. Says it's birthday time. And let's see if I can get him on. I think it's going to be a little crooked, so I'm going to test it just to make sure. Okay, looks pretty good. All right, and this is going to go just right smack in the middle. There you go. All right, that's done. And he's going to go right into the center of our tab here. Make sure it's not still wet. Although it really does dry so quickly. Okay, so he's good to go. All right, still not going to put my finger over him yet. Now let's take this little guy, and we're just going to he's just so cute. I'm just going to put him over to the side. But what I want to make sure is that he's not going to be seen. I mean, you could put him anywhere, but my thing is I wanted it to be a little bit of a surprise. So I'm going to make sure it's right into the bottom corner. Okay, there you go. Oh, and so we're going to have a little piece of basic white in here. And let me just put a little, this guy's little, I don't have my little thing out, but I'll use this one. His little birthday hat. Let's see if that works. And I am going to round the corners a little bit on that too. Okay, I think I'm going to need that again. So let me take my, oh, I forget the name of this. Triple banner? No. Trio, that's what it is, Detailed Trio. And this is the best corner rounder in town. And, okay, and that's it. That's all this needed, just to have a little bit of space to wish your happy birthday on there. In here, make sure that he's covered. That's straight. And I'm just going to take a little bit of my Misty Moonlight blends and just give it a little bit of a outline here. Just my little drops. And that's just so cute. And you could just put in the lighter one if you wanted to, but I think that's adorable. All right, and now all we have to do is get this one on right here. And because this is a little harder, a little sturdier, I'm going to use my Seal Plus for this guy. And I'm just going to put it on this side because I don't want the adhesive to completely close it. And you can make this so that it just is perfectly covering our little friend in there. Okay, so number 3 down. I did like that one. That was a cutie. Okay, so for my last one, I have, again, I'm using the, so for this one we're using the Otter, the Awesome Otter, and I'm using the Sunshine and Rainbow DSP. So you can see it's not all rainbows. It just has beautiful colors, and it's a great deal. And I'm very happy that Stampin' Up! Is using, they're using paper for giveaways for our Sale-A-Bration. So, because you can just have so many of those stamp sets, but it's just, the paper is paper. You just use it forever. All right, so I'm just going to add this on. This is Bumblebee. Oh, that's not straight. You would think the lines would help me with keeping things straight, but they don't. Come on. All right, try that again. And let's see if I can do it this time. Okay, better. All right, so I have this on here. I have this was cropped out from the Hippo dies, which are my favorite go-to dies now for these big sentiment tags. All right, let me just get this guy off, and we're going to put the other one on here. And this is a cutie pie too. All right, now I need just the memento because we are going to be using blends for this, and I wanted to show you, thanks to Nell, I wanted to show you a new product that demonstrators were able to pre-order this month and will be available to everyone on, I'm just centering him right there, on February 1st. That will be ready. While I have this out, let me try to find my, oh, this one. I'm just going to do the sentiment right here on this guy too. And this is It's Birthday Time Again. What did I do with that? Where'd you go? There you are, over on the chamois. Okay, and this is just a piece of Bumblebee that was cropped out of the seasonal labels dies, which came to us through the holiday catalog, and I'm so happy that they were carried over. So they are available. Okay. Whoops. All right, so I think that is, we're done with that ink. So I wanted to show you how I did the this little guy in here. And I started with his little belly part with just using an ivory, because at the time when I first had it, I just thought, well, I really don't have anything else that's going to be kind of appropriate for any kind of animal, really. So I was always using my ivory. So no matter what I made, whether it was a dog, a cat, whatever, I used the ivory. So now we have these. This is called it's called the All Together. I think that's All Together collection, and in that is a bundle. There's a stamp set. There's DSP, and which the stamp set DSP, yeah, and those are available. But the DSP, I know will not be available after a certain amount of time. Now maybe it's just while supplies last, but this will be, and these will be a staple now in our catalog. So it's called the Natural Tones Stampin' Blends, and it's beautiful, literally natural tones, and not only just for skin color, but for animal shape, animal coloring, and all that. So the thing that you need to know is that it doesn't come in names, so you can't like say, well, like Balmy Blue or something like that. So it comes by number, and the way it's listed is like medium, like light, medium light, medium deep, and deep. I think that's the categories. And so what I did was I went ahead and numbered, can you see that? I numbered these because I just needed to have some kind of basis to know which one that I was using. And it starts dark and then it gets light. So it's the opposite of what I thought it would be, where it would start light. So number 1 is really the darkest in the group. So anyway, so these will all be available to you in February 1st, and they will be available, from here on in. So they're good to go. Okay, so then I think I took I just wanted one of the darker ones, so let's try 3. I think that might be pretty dark, but let's see. All right, let's just see how he does with this. And, you know, they're very juicy. And it comes in a pack of 2, but it's not like light and dark like what we're used to. So, yeah, this is very juicy. I have to be careful. But it would come in like the number where they've determined, you know, the 2 that go together. So just trust it. And you can buy them as a combo pack, 2 to a pack. I believe they're $9, the same as our regular blends. And, or you can buy the whole shebang, the whole pack here, like I did. So you have your choice. And I've been using these. I had this little otter as my thank you tag for my club last month. So if you're part of my club, some of you are, give me a little shout out here. No, the blends did not come in this case. This is just a stamp case that I just wanted to show you with. I usually keep them in with my blends cabinet because it is important, just like our regular blends, to keep them flat. You don't want to store them up into something like this. So I just wanted to show you that. But that's just one of our, this was the wide case. Unfortunately, we don't have those anymore. We just have the standard case. And I'm glad I got a bunch before that was discontinued because I use them for everything. But not my blends. All right, so this guy looks okay. Yeah, I like those colors. So what was that? That was 3. It was ivory and 3. And then, let's see. He did have a little hat on. Okay, I went ahead and stamped this for you. And if I could just pick it up. And I'm just going to give him a little hat, a little birthday hat, so he knows about the celebration. And we can just add this. I do want to give him a little bit of a, let's give him a pink nose. Okay, he's cute. And since I have my blues out anyway, I might as well give him a little bit of color in his eyes. Oh, he's so cute. All right, so that is that. Let's get him together. We have, my base is already done. I took the Flirty Flamingo as my blends color because it was in here. It was a coordinating piece there. All right, so before I put this on, I'm going to give this a little wrap. And this guy's going to go right into the center. So, yep, this is it's a good piece. Good place to put them. All right, let's see. Last bow for the day. Let's see if we can do it without that little tool, which does come in very handy. But let's see. Okay. Oh, thanks, Susan. I love it. Yeah, I love my club members, that's for sure. It's, we are almost at the 50 mark, which is so exciting for me. I started out with 3 people, I think, my first year. My first month, actually. And it was August, I think I started. So this August, we'll be celebrating 3 years. Can't believe it. Whoopsie. All right, so I'm just going to put him on flat. No. And I can move this. I can move the ribbon up. And the ribbon's going to be a little bit of bulk, so I don't want to make it too bulky. And if I had turned it around like I should have, my tails would be going down instead of up. So you could just try to remember that when you do it. And I'm just going to add one little dimensional to this guy. I think this is too big, so let's just give it a slice instead of reaching for the minis. And we'll give him a little party hat. Okay, and then his little birthday time sentiment is going to go right into the center. Okay. how long we've been on. Oh, 43 minutes. That's not too bad. Usually it's a half hour, and that's just with one project, so I'm happy with that. And if you missed any of it, just remember it'll all be on the replay. It'll just reset itself right after we're done. Okay. All right. He's a cutie. And let's just get this one up and flatten that out. 2 should be fine. Okay, and let's put him right there. Oh, not straight. Okay, now let's put him right there. Okay, so cute, right? Oh my gosh, I love these guys. And I don't really get too attached to these little critter ones, but I do love him. All right, so let's see. These are our, let me get the other ones here set. And where's my little, all right, let's see how I can do this here. I want to make sure that this is, there we go. So you can see, I can still say goodbye, and you can still see all of our beautiful projects that we made today. Okay, so thank you so much. Yes, they are very duplicatable, and that, thank you for bringing that up, Patty Jo. I really, I try really hard during these classes to make sure that they are super simple and duplicatable, and you'll have everything there in your packets, and you'll be able to, let me see, I thought I saw a question there. Okay, I don't see it again, but maybe it came in differently. So yeah, so I really try, and I hope, and I know you all can do this, and especially if you purchase the class, then you have everything here to go. And if you have the stamp set, if you don't have the stamp set, you just do, substitute it with something else. But I'm glad that you all joined me today, and that you do like my projects. So again, any $35 order, just please use the host code, because Stampin' Up! Is getting a little squiggly with me trying to add the host code after somebody places their order. So I really need you to, if you want the class, to use that host code. I'll put it back up here again, and I'll have it on the blog. This will, I think the email will go out tomorrow for anyone that missed it. So again, thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube later today, I'll have it uploaded. Please feel free to share it and like it, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I do appreciate all the sharing and all of the subscribers. Love new subscribers. So, okay, so thanks again. I'll see you back here next Tuesday at 2, and we'll just have our regular Facebook Live at that point. All right, have a great day. Stay safe. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.